So this one's from 1963. It's a Fender Esquire, not quite a Telecaster. Very close. I think equally as cool as the Telecaster, and surprisingly usable as well. Even though it only has one pickup, it still has a 3-position switch, and the way that Leo kind of designed that wiring I thought was ingenious and makes it very, very usable. So we'll talk about that in a minute here. But yeah, this is a great example of kind of early to mid 1960s Fender, all pre-CBS, clay dots, spaghetti logo, 100% original guitar, original finish, solder throughout everything. It's got low mileage, not much player wear on the frets, great fret crowns, factory height. It's just a great plain example on all original equipment. You can see no belt buckle rash, just kind of light edge wear. Got the original case. Really, really nice example. So I bought this one from the daughter of its original owner. There wasn't that much story to it. She just remembered her dad playing it when she was younger. Then he didn't really play it much in the last couple of decades. He had passed away, so she was just ready to let it go. He must have put on these mailbox letters at some point. They probably had a name on it, but it's no longer on there. So I kind of had a choice when it came in. I thought, all right, should I remove these to make it kind of, in original configuration, or leave them because they're super cool and it's an old guitar, and that's kind of the point, right? So I love them. I saw no reason to remove them, although we could if you wanted us to, if they bothered you, or if you wanted to buy this guitar and remove them later, you'd be welcome to do so and would be doing no harm to the guitar and there'd be no evidence of it. I personally thought they were amazing. That's exactly the type of thing I like to have on my vintage guitars, is kind of that evidence of the history of the guitar. This is not a custom shop. This is the real deal, original pre-CBS Fender. One thing about all the listings at True Vintage Guitar is that I take pictures of all the interiors because I want to show you, I want to say in the description that this is an original finish, and then I want to show you in the picture so that you can prove that for yourself. So I think it's important when you're buying vintage guitars to know exactly what you're buying inside and out. Some people don't want guitars taken apart, and I think that makes a ton of sense. You do risk some damage if you don't have a lot of experience kind of setting up guitars and teching with vintage guitars. I just hit my 10-year anniversary of full-time with vintage guitars last week, and so yeah, I've taken apart a lot of these, and that's exactly how they're designed. The Fender guitars were designed to be disassembled so that you could clean them, repair them, make them work forever. So like the important things that I might do on this guitar is I would remove the neck to lubricate the truss rod nut, make sure that's functioning properly, and while that neck is off, we'll photograph everything inside and out so you don't have to remove it again for another 50 years or so. Same with the electronics. We take that control panel out and clean everything and put it back together so that it plays correctly. So let's check out some cool interior pictures of this guitar. So this first photo is with the pickguard off, the neck off. We've kind of got the screws out of the bridge plate and the control panel. The purpose of this shot is just to show everything we might need to see to prove an original finish. Are the pickups original? Is the solder original? All that sort of stuff. I mean, we see textbook stuff. We see a paint stick mark in the neck pocket. That's typical of Fender after 1963. We just see everything we like in this photo. And then the next one is the neck heel, and Fender would stamp these necks early on in the manufacturing process, not when they were finished, but when they were kind of roughing them out. So this one is 3JUL63B. This is not July 3rd. Actually, 3 stands for a Telecaster and Esquire model during this time period. So the first number on this stamp code is a model code, not a day. JUL is July 6/3, 1963, and then B is actually the code for the neck width. It's not the it's not anything else other than the standard neck width being 1 5/8". So you could have A, which is 1.5 inches, or you could have C, which is 1 3/4", and even D, which is 1 7/8". So that's a pretty wide neck. Sorry if you came here for a playing demo. We're still going to do that. You can just scroll to the end if you want to see that. This part is for the nerds. So the next one here, back of the bridge pickup, showing all original solder, nothing disturbed. Got that original copper base plate. Yeah, I mean, we've got a 1 pickup guitar. Having an original pickup's kind of important. So that was the purpose of this shot. I just wanted to be able to show that. While it was in there, I saw a cool bit of masking tape in the bridge pickup cavity. So I took another photo of that one here. Yeah, we don't know exactly who Dolores was, but probably, you know, the person finishing this guitar, you know, as a part of the manufacturing process, as a part of the quality control process. A lot of times you'll find masking tape with names, or even like custom order codes and stuff. This one's a standard blonde finish over an ash body, so nothing custom order here. I just thought it was fun to photograph the name. So thanks, Dolores. You did a great job. Okay, so why a 3-position switch on a single pickup guitar? How does that make sense? I really love the way they set this up. The control panel here is typical volume, master tone here. The 3-position switch, all the way back is the bridge pickup and the volume pot, bypassing the tone pot, going straight to your output jack. So if you just want to run this bridge pickup wide open, switch it all the way back, that's your lead tone. You kind of set your amp settings to your lead tone. But if you don't want to always be in the lead position, you switch to the middle, and then your tone pot is engaged in the circuit. So basically you kind of preset your tone where you want it to kind of dial back that lead. And then when you switch back and forth here, you've got your rhythm and your lead settings. So it's not a neck pickup. You probably do have a little more versatility out of a neck pickup, but you'd be surprised how much you can do with just adding in a preset tone knob. I personally love it. All the way forward, I'll admit, a lot less useful than we might hope. But it was originally designed in 1950. This is the kind of low pass filter. So it's the kind of bass tone, or a lot of people call it the mud tone position. It's actually meant to mimic a bass guitar. So you know, this kind of Fender popularized that before the solid electric fretted bass was available. So, you know, intended to let a player come in and do a gig on electric guitar and play bass. You can record for both. It doesn't do a fantastic job of being a bass guitar, and not a great job of being an electric guitar, but that's for you to decide. You know, if you're creative out there expressing yourself with music, having unique, you know, tonal options, it's pretty cool. So you tell me what you want to do with the mud position. We'll see if Riggs can do something fun with it. So yeah, called in my friend Riggs to play it for us, show us how it sounds. So that's the 1963 Fender Esquire, an uncirculated example, 100% original, spectacular pre-CBS Fender guitar with the cool 3-position switch. My name is John. My shop's called True Vintage Guitar. I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama. Would love for you to check out the inventory I've got at truevintageguitar.com. If you're interested in a pre-CBS Esquire, there's a link below in the description to this guitar if it's still available. And if not, I apologize for that. You may want to kind of follow and keep following the shop, because this is exactly the type of stuff that I love to have in my shop. So thanks so much for checking that out. If you're on Instagram, I'd love for you to follow on Instagram. It's at True Vintage Guitar. Post all those guitar safaris and the new guitars coming in. So if you want to jump on that stuff, follow on Instagram. That player is Riggs Taylor. There's a link below to his YouTube channel if you want to check that out. Riggs does a great job demoing all these guitars here at True Vintage Guitar. My name is John. Thanks for watching.